Okay, let's move on to buttons and actions. First of all, I'll provide you with a document much like this one that has some of the basic actions that we'll be performing in this class. So what you'll have to learn is what things are appropriate to change on here to make them work the way you want. So that's what these videos are all about. So let's go into Flash. We'll create a simple little movie here. What I have is just kind of the green growing bar going across the stage so it's obvious from the start to the end of the video. So just as a review, let's put some stop actions in there, the most basic of actions. We always have our actions as the top layer. We always name it actions. And let's say that we want to put a stop in the last frame. And I've been telling you, you have to be careful about this, but let me show you the mistake that most people make so you can see it. You would think that all you'd have to do is just click here, bring up the actions window, actions, and start to type in what you want. But unfortunately, if you don't hit F7 and give yourself a brand new keyframe there, it's just going to go to the first frame. So let me show you that firsthand so that when this happens to you, you know why, what you did wrong. So now if we close up the actions, look at the movie, we can see that even though we had our cursor here, the action went to the first frame. So we could just redo that, back up a step, put an F7 in here, but we can move actions just like we do anything else. So I can click and drag here and move that action to the last frame. So now if we preview the movie, it should start right away because there's no stop on the first frame. And it gets to the end and it does indeed stop, and then we'd have to go control play. That would bring it back to the first frame, go to the last. And the same way that we can move frames or copy them, let's do a copy here. So I'm going to click on it to select it, click on it to drag it, and then I'm also going to hold down the Option key, and now it launches in a stop state. I have to go control play, then it'll stop at the end, and I have to, if I want it to play again at the beginning, unfortunately I need to go control play, which brings it back to the beginning where it hits a stop, and go control play again to get it to play. Now pause this movie after I ask you this question and see if you can answer it, because remember, this is all about troubleshooting. Let's say that we want this play at the end to make it start playing instead of playing, because let me show you what it's doing here. As soon as we get to the stop at the end and we play, it goes right back, it plays, and the nature of it playing at the end is to go right back to the beginning where it encounters this stop. So think about this. If you could name some other function other than stop, what could you do? How about this? How about if I tell you that there's a command called go to and play? Now, how would you use that? Where would you put it? Where would you tell it to go to and play? Let's try this. All right, so please feel free to pause if you want to see if you can figure it out in your head first. But here's the solution. Is we'd go to frame 50, in this case, the very last frame, the one after that. I'm going to hit an F7 and I'm going to put a brand new action in here. And here, now here's my logic, is when we go here and it plays now, it'll go here, right? Rather than back to the very beginning. So here, if we gave it a command that said go to and play, we would tell it to go to and play at starting at frame number 2. So now we're starting to get into something that's just a little more advanced than stop, but not a whole lot yet. So window, actions, and type the word go to and play. Now notice as soon as I finish that, it turned blue. That's a really good thing to start getting in the habit of, because watch this, if there's just one letter off, and I mean just the casing of the letter, that does not turn blue. So here's one thing that you want to write in your notes, is that blue equals computer talk, black equals the made up terms that you give it, and you'll see in a second what I mean by that. But this is a very simple one. We just want go to and play, and just like we did before, we have an opening and closing parenthesis and a semicolon, but because it's go to and play, that's what the parentheses are for, where. So let's tell it to go to and play frame number 2. Okay, so I'm going to close this. This go to and play exists right here. So now if we play this, gets to the beginning where it encounters the stop, so we have to go to play. Now it gets to the end, and when I tell it to play, it's going to go from frame 50 where it hit the stop to 51 where it says go to and play frame number 2, and it should avoid that stop and play to the end again. And indeed it did. So hopefully you can start to see how these things are going to become powerful. Now the next thing we need to do is look at how do we apply these actions to a button, because what really makes a whole lot more sense here is that when this launch is stopped, there would be a button here that your viewer can click on to make it play. Now we talked briefly in class about making buttons, but let's actually make one here and program it. So I just created a new layer, and I hypothetically will put all my buttons on this layer, so I'll just call it buttons, but that's not a rule like calling this actions and keeping it up on top. Alright, so let's in this very first frame create a button, and I'm just going to type out some text here. And so right now all I have is text, and one thing that you need to be very careful of, as I've mentioned many times already working in class, is that when we use text in this class we are doing classic text and static. We definitely do not want to use the TLF text. There's nothing wrong with it, just doesn't work for some of the things that we want to do. Okay, so we have this text here. That's all it is right now. But we know from experience that we can convert anything on this stage into a symbol. So if I hit the F8 button and I give this thing a name like play, and I want this to be a button, click OK. I'm going to edit this button now by double clicking on it in the library. And this is the way I would work, is when you first come in here you're going to be on the up state, which is what someone sees of the button. I would copy those contents over to the over, down, and hit state, which is just, all I'm doing is hitting the F6, F6, F6. So in the up state, this is what the person sees. The over state is when the mouse hovers over it. The down state is when the mouse clicks down and is committed. And the hit state is how close do they have to get to this before it changes to the finger. So we'll look at that in a little more detail. So for me, right now, all I would worry about changing is the over state. And I just want to give that some interactivity. So when the mouse goes over it, it changes a little bit. That way the user knows, okay, yeah, something's probably going to happen here. And I don't like to go too crazy. I mean, this is a design that you're making here, so it shouldn't look gaudy. Alright, so let's go back. Now what we have here is an instance of that symbol. And you can see that if I hover the mouse over it, it changes color. And when the mouse gets relatively close to it, it changes to the finger. But it has to get pretty close. So why don't we change that down state and see how that changes. Now, if I go hover over the mouse and I actually click on it, it goes back to the state that it looks like when I'm over. And that's because the up state and the over state, or the down state, I'm sorry, are exactly the same. So the down state's what happens when you click the mouse down. Now to make this over state big, and we'll keep things clean, no sense having graphics that we don't need here, we're going to put a slightly bigger hit area. The problem is I can't see what's here when I go over here. So we know our nice little trick for that is to turn on onion skinning. So now I can see what was there. What I draw in the hit area does not matter what color or anything like that about it. All that matters is what size and shape it is. So now everything inside that box will be the hit area. So let's go ahead, turn off the onion skinning, and we'll go ahead and we'll preview this one more time. And you can see now that as soon as I get close to where that box is that I drew, it changes. So sometimes that's a little bit friendlier way to make your button. So now we need to make this play button actually play. So that's where we have to work with the actions. One thing to be extremely mindful of here is that this is just an instance of this symbol that we have in the library. So we can drag a whole bunch of these out. So the question in that then is, how does the computer know which button is actually the one that's going to make it play. It won't be all of them. It's just one specific instance. And you can see that if you go into properties and you can see what is the instance name of this button. And all of them right now are unnamed. So let's take this one over here on the left and let's make it become the play button. Now we can name this play button anything that we want. And I should specifically say the instance of the play button, because as you remember, we already named the button itself play, but that could have been anything. But now the instance of this button can be anything. So I'm going to make it something goofy here. I mean, not goofy as in this name is goofy, but I'm going to call it a person's name. So how about Wilbur? And it's a good practice that whatever you name the button, you follow it up with an underscore, which is holding down the shift key and the hyphen key, and then BTN. This just tells the program that it's a button, which gives it some hints when you're using the actions panel. It's not mandatory that you do this. But okay, so now if we click on any one of these are still unnamed instances of play. But this one is now a named instance of play, and that's what we're going to make the actions actually work on. So this button shows up right here in the first frame. The actions for the button also need to show up on the first frame. So now rather than try to figure this out from scratch, because there's quite a bit to it, we can go over to this document that I provided you, and let's copy the thing that seems closest to what we want to do, which is we want this button to play. So let's copy this. We'll go back into Flash. We'll go into our actions, and let's click on this first frame to make sure that that's where we are. We still want that stop in there because we want it to stop on the first frame, but now we want to talk to that button. So I'm going to Command V to paste this information in here. And what you can see now is we're going to have to fix some things because this is talking to a button called start underscore BTN, but remember we named ours Wilbur underscore BTN. And now this stuff is computer talk in blue, and then you'll see there's some more stuff in black that sounds like computer talk, but it's not quite. So let's start here. The best way to do this is don't take a chance and remember what you called that button. Go back to that button itself, the instance of it, and copy this. And in fact, I'm kind of breaking a rule here, which is I really don't want to start out with capital letters. So let's copy this, Command copy. Let's go back into our actions, back to that first frame. And so now what we're going to do is paste this in here. Okay, so let's talk about what this is actually saying. So this is unrelated. This is just a stop at the top, and spaces don't really matter in here, so I'm just going to separate it. So this is the name of our button. This button is waiting for something to happen, and that's what this add event listener means. It means it's listening for something to happen. Very common JavaScripting. You will see this in a lot of different programs. Then you have what it is listening for, and what it's listening for is a mouse event. The event that it's listening for is a click. Then when it hears that click, what does it do? It does this function called onClick2. This is a made-up name, just like Wilbur's a made-up name. So to make it even more obvious that it's a made-up name, we can fix this later on to something that is more appropriate, but I'll just call this Wilbur does, meaning that's what happens when Wilbur's clicked. And what you have to make sure of is that, so here you're calling the function, here you're defining the function, so this needs to be exactly the same. Now if you're thinking this sounds really complex and everything, you don't have to exactly understand what all of this does. It's good to try though. Okay, so here we're calling up the function. We're calling it Wilbur does. It's an event. It's a mouse event. It's not returning any numbers or anything like that, so this is just voided at the end. And then here, between this bracket and this bracket, is where you define what this function does. So this function, in our case, is play, But we also know stop, so if we wanted it to be a stop button, this would say stop. If we wanted it to go to and play something else, it could say go to and play, and then inside of here we'd have a number.